It's about education and work. We need to bring trade schools back. These professors should be fired. Your job is there is to educate, not put your feelings. I can't go to work today because I didn't get my way.
Tyrus obliterates Sunny Hostin on Fox News, calling her out on her controversial statements and destroying her, leaving no stone unturned. He also doesn't hold back as he slams the professors for their absurd behaviors in this clip. This takedown is packed with powerful moments and some interesting arguments. So, let's get into it.
Stunned about the price of butter, it's not a surprise to everyday Americans. Prices of groceries and other basics have been soaring during the Biden years, and here to talk about is Todd Pyro, Fox and Friends first co-host, and Tyrus, Fox News contributor. And gentlemen, nice to see you both. If you voted for Donald Trump, and if you were concerned about the cost of food and groceries, 60% of you voted for Team Red over the weekend. Got that? 60%.
Yeah, Joe is struggling. When you have to make up stories to people because he didn't know. And I think Micah might be coming around because she had to correct him, like, it's $7. But it was just the whole thing, the whole country across. It was a multicultural landslide election. Everybody did. Blacks, whites, Asians, Hispanics, gay, straight, because everybody does not like paying $7 for butter, $9 for eggs, $4 a gallon, almost $5 in some states for gas. So it was across the board. It was an election of policy.
The pinch is real.
The feelings are out of it. Yeah. Wokeism's out of it. It was, everybody in America wants to succeed, and when you're losing at the dinner table, that's tough to stomach.
We can all agree with Tyrus here, beginning with the butter price. $7 for butter is outrageous, and we can agree that most Americans are very worried about the food prices. Let's do a quick analysis. The steep rise in grocery prices has plagued the Biden administration for most of its term. Polls have consistently found that top concern for voters who have seen their budgets squeezed, some even now lacking the money to buy basic commodities. More, a YouGov poll published in recent months showed that 64% of Americans say inflation is a very serious problem, while several surveys show Americans are concerned about food prices. Some voters have even blamed President Biden for raising prices, pointing out that the food costs have significantly risen over the past 4 years. In the year through June, grocery prices rose 1.1%, a significant slowdown from a recent peak of 13.5% in August 2022. Many consumers might not be feeling relief though, because food prices overall have not fallen but have continued to increase, albeit at a slower rate. Compared with 4 years ago, grocery prices are up about 20%. From that, we can understand why people turned up in large numbers to vote. Everyone wants a change in the food prices.
This is the other thing that happened. College professors are basically cutting classes, saying, look, this is the Harvard Crimson. Harvard professors cancel classes as students feel blue after Trump win. This is ridiculous.
Look at the schools. It's Ivy League schools. I worked my entire 0 to 18 life so that I could get into an Ivy League school because I thought it was the pinnacle. The reason you want it to be your pinnacle is because you know when you go to an employer and you say, I went to Dartmouth or I went to this other Ivy League school, that's a sign that you are smart and you're ready to work. In 2024, it's not that sign anymore. It's a sign that you are weak, that you are entitled, and that's why you are seeing so many employers say, I don't want the Harvard grad anymore, because this is how they are coddled. In a workplace, look at our week. We did a lot of extra work, every single person on here this week, and there were no complaints. Why? Because that's what you do at a job. And look at that response.
It's never been a better time to be at the University of Phoenix. It really is. It's about education and work. We need to bring trade schools back. These professors should be fired. Your job is there is to educate, not put your feelings. I can't go to work today because I didn't get my way.
This is ridiculous. We can agree with the bold remark from Dana Perino. We can also agree with Todd and Tyrus. Todd also discusses the current problems of the Ivy schools, from how it was to how it is now. However, this brings a question. What do you think about Todd's statement? Have Ivy League schools declined from how great they were? Let us know in the comments section below. I believe Todd has a point. Employers are souring on Ivy League graduates. In a recent analysis this year, 33% of those making hiring decisions said they are less likely to hire Ivy League's graduates today than 5 years ago. Only 7% said they were likely to hire them. On the other hand, 42% of hiring managers are more likely to hire public university graduates than they were 5 years ago. This is because they see Ivy graduates as weak when put into the real world, and that's what Todd points out. I also agree with what Tyrus is saying. It's simply unprofessional for professors to put certain feelings into their profession. Back to the debate.
That's a professor? I'd pull my kid out.
Teachers, I would have assigned extra work.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And you know what? And write an essay about it too while you're at it. It'll count for half your grade.
Did you say Micah? It's Mika.
Mika.
Oh, I don't watch. Is that, you know what? You're overworked, you're tired, you stood up all night, slapped my hands. I said,
Tyrus,
you know what? They mispronounced Donald Trump's name. They kept calling him Hitler, so I think I can get a pass if I want to call her Mika,
He said that
Michelangelo.
like he was out of arm's reach.
You want to fight? You want to fight, Mike? You want to go? You want to go, bro?
He doesn't know my week's over after
You
this.
think the Bengals got it bad?
Check it out on The View, all right? Talking about Latinos. Watch this, Tyrus.
Latinos in Texas, a district that's 97% Latino, went 75 percentage points for Donald Trump. Why?
Misogyny.
It's on the border.
It's
the border
misogyny.
crisis is on their doorstep.
So-
and they were begging people to care about it for years. We
Misogyny
need to
and
take some
sexism,
lessons.
that's what that was.
Misogyny and sexism.
Sure, all that, and the price of butter. Sunny gets the game ball. If it wasn't for her, if it wasn't for her asking that question, it might have been a closer election. But when oh no, nothing really comes to mind, I was like, ching. Listen, they're bitter, they're angry, they're entitled. They also should be. This should have been a reset for everyone who pushed lies and misinformation for the last. They call him Hitler, they call these things. America rejected them. And instead of coming back and saying, we lied, they instead are now doubling down. So
We can admire the humor between Tyrus, Bill, and Dana. While most debates get heated up and points are thrown at each other, we can see that they agree with each other, and that's a nice view. We can also agree with what Tyrus says about Sunny spreading misinformation. I mean, why add more lies when the truth is known? Why not be honest? These are the points Tyrus pointed out, and that's amazing that he did. But what do you think? Do you believe Kamala lost the election because of misogynistic issues? Do you believe that Sunny was just saying words out of bitterness and anger? Feel free to share your thoughts. We can agree with Tyrus absolutely destroying Sunny Hostin. I also love how Todd pointed out the main factors that determined the election, the border, and the economy, and not misogyny as Sunny claims. People want the economy to be great again, and while some argue about border rules, they know the borders are what keep America's citizens safe. This wraps up today's debate. In my view, this was pretty much a good debate. All four had positive energy in the debate, and I like how Todd and Tyrus expressed key points on Ivy League schools and food prices. However, what are your favorite parts of this debate? Let us know in the comments below.